to be the best in curriculum. Look at our last 8th grade class. That's last year's 7th grade class. Last year's 8th grade class is probably home in bed sleeping because they don't have to begin until Monday of next week. But they came out, they took the 1st and 2nd place in all of Laredo. All of Laredo. So even though we don't have a lot of stuff, we can still excel. The main reason we are here at Mary Help of Christians is to make God known, loved, and served. So that one day, just like Mary, whose feast day we're celebrating today, we will be able to be assumed into heaven and enjoy everlasting happiness. The reason you are at Mary Help of Christian School is to learn how God made us so that we can be happy and so that we can make choices that make us happy. That's why we're here. Okay? Because we can go anywhere else and get a good education. But it won't be a complete education, because here at Mary Help of Christian School, we include, in a very, very strong way, God every day. Mary was like us in all things except sin and death. Her body did not separate from, her soul did not separate from her body. In fact, the church calls it the dormition of Mary. Dormition, the Latin root dormire. What's dormire? Duerme. Duerme. Guess duerme. Dormire in the Latin is sleep. Duerme is the Latin root of dormire, dormition. She slept, and God assumed her body and soul into heaven. Okay, one of my questions. Who is in heaven today with their body and their soul? Don't raise your hand now, because you're going to have to think about this. There's more than 2 people in heaven right now with their body and their soul. And one day, you and I are going to have our body and soul into heaven. But our soul's going to separate from our body first. We have to die. Our soul goes to heaven. And then at the end of the world, the body will be resurrected and joined with our soul. It'll be a beautiful body. It'll be the right weight. I wait for that day. The right age. I wait for that day too. The right everything. We're going to be the best, most beautiful us we can be at the end of the world, body and soul. Okay. This is a wonderful feast day. It reminds us of what God has planned for all of us. Parents who are with us, thank you for being with us. We're going to take good care of your boys and your girls, and because we're putting them in the arms of our Blessed Lady, under the protection and guidance of God. This is a very special day. We're not going to follow our usual schedule today. Today and tomorrow are going to be very fun days, because it's not going to have homework or work okay? It's going to be your teachers working with you, teaching you how we can have the happiest year ever by being in the right place, at the right, for love, and okay. So, Wednesday we'll have a shortened schedule. We'll see all your classes, all your teachers at least once. And then Thursday and Friday will be our regular schedule. Okay, we have a couple of more new persons to introduce to you. First of all, who are the students who are new to our school this year? Could you please stand? Could you please stand? All the students who are new to our school this year. Okay, let's give them a warm MHCS welcome. A big welcome. Okay. You're in a new school, but it's a new family for you too. We hope that you'll be able to come to the end of your day knowing you have a lot of friends, okay? All right, be seated and welcome to Mary Help. We have some new teachers with us. Mrs. Molina, raise your hand. Let's welcome Mrs. Molina. Our social studies teacher. Let's welcome to MHCS, Mrs. Zuniga. And let us welcome to our school, Mrs. Link. Okay. Mrs. Link, Sister Boone, Sister Yip, Sister Roseanne will be teaching you religion this year, okay? So that's what Mrs. Link is joining the sisters in doing, teaching religion to you boys and girls. Let's see if I have this straight in my head. I have, yes, Mrs. Harder, yeah. I have Sister Yip who's teaching second grade religion. Don't get me mixed up, Sister Yip. Second grade religion and, tell me, sixth grade religion, okay? Right. Mrs. Link is teaching fourth grade religion, all right? Sister Boone is teaching seventh grade religion. Yes, Mrs. Gravino's teaching eighth grade religion. Okay? And I'm teaching fifth grade religion. Not too big of a round of applause from that end, but we'll have fun. And Mrs. Averill is teaching first, that's what I said. First and fifth grade, 5K religion. Mrs. Averill. Where are you, first grade? Where are you? Mrs. Averill is going to be your first grade religion teacher. And first grade, you have our other new teacher with you. Turn around and look at this beautiful teacher. Okay? And her name is Miss Guajardo. Let's welcome Miss Guajardo. Okay, boys and girls. We're going to come back down here to the gym for a very important and new procedure. We're going to have a new dismissal procedure. So when we come back down here to the gym, just before we dismiss, come in the mood for really listening, okay? And